say in the video that as part of trying to have sex with this woman, you took her furniture shopping, correct?
We actually did look for furniture, yes.
So that was true. You actually took this woman dancing.
I think so. I mean, it's been a long time ago. It's how long was it? A long time ago. But I think so. I do think so.
Is that the only occasion when you took a woman shopping?
I think so.
And you say, and again, this has become very famous in this video, I just started kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. That's what you said. And you do, you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the pussy?
Well, that's what it's, if you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
And you consider yourself to be a star?
I think you can say.
Back with the news, some ish to go over with y'all, man. Few topics. And Trump, man. Who can forget this wild news headline, right? There's been a lot of wild news headlines with Trump. Before he was president, while he was on his way campaigning to become president, during his presidency, and so on. Y'all know Trump, always in the news. Love him, hate him, indifferent to him. It cannot be disputed. Trump, always in the news, right? And this definitely one of the most infamous news stories, headlines, etc. And, apparently this is coming back into the blogosphere, into the news cycle, because from a deposition, from a lawsuit that he had, the deposition was just released. You heard he was asked about that, quotable of what he said. And man, everyone just tap in and let me know your thoughts, man. Trump just, I don't know, again, love him, hate him. This ain't a anti-Trump, pro-Trump type of vibe or nothing like that. This is just something that's hitting the news once again. So we're going to talk about it over here on J Coffee Talk. And I don't know, man, Trump, just something about the way this dude talks, his mannerisms and everything cracks me the fuck up. Like, what he's saying, people just grabbing our woman like that, obviously not a funny thing, but just the way he addressed it. Like, well, historically, over 1 million years, historically, unfortunately, that's just true. If you're a star. And it cuts off at the end when he's asked, do you consider yourself a star? He said, well, I think you could say that or something like that. I don't know. Again, one of the most infamous Trump stories of all time. Let me know what y'all thought about this when you heard this, when this first happened and was hitting the news, when you hear it now associated with this deposition from the lawsuit that was just released, all that. Let's talk about it. Let me know below. It's breaking all over the blogosphere that rapper Boosie Badass was arrested in San Diego, you see, with 4 charges associated to being caught with a weapon. I don't know if it was a traffic stop or whatever the case may be, just hitting the blogosphere. This was yesterday in San Diego. I don't know if he bailed out or it's not totally clear, but I don't know. Looks like Boosie caught himself some kind of gun case. And speaking of GUNS's weapons, a celebrity in hot water right now, I guess we could say, trending, and everyone's going off, as this is obviously a very big debate in America, always has been, always will be, about citizens owning weapons and, the legal right to do so, and if there should be restrictions placed, into more of a control aspect. This is something that's always going to be talked about, always will, as, there's some very terrible things that have happened in America, tied to accessibility, etc. Some pertaining to this just happened recently and has happened, and etc. And it's the age-old debate, like, do they kill people, or is it stupid people that do, or dangerous people? And can it y'all know what I'm talking about, right? But nonetheless, Dean Cain, okay, most people I'm sure know this dude from playing Superman on what was that show called? Can't remember if it was just called Superman or was it called Lois and Clark. I can't recall. I'd say that was the biggest role he ever played on TV or whatever. A lot of people also, who watch the channel, I'm sure y'all know I am indeed a Buffalo Bills fan. Dean Cain, little known fact, actually was a Buffalo Bill before. That's a whole nother story. But he threw this tweet up regarding recent events that happened, and you see, pertaining to all this, he says, I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. And that was in response to Gavin Newsom saying, this is freedom to be shot at a mall, shot at a school, shot at church, shot at the movies. Dean Cain says, I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. And you see, people are making memes and going at Dean Cain. I can't even really describe the one meme. Obviously, you see what's being said there. Someone else says, my partner and I responded to SHOOTING. A little girl got half her face blown off while riding her bike. We threw her in our car and hauled her ass to the hospital. One example of many. I say all this to say Dean Cain is one dumb motherfucker. Then there's also another post put up by someone that says, what do you think of the quote by Samuel L. Jackson? I think he, Megyn Kelly, Dean Cain, and countless others are spot on. And this is in reference to Dean Cain's quote, speaking on GUNS is in America. And also Samuel L. Jackson's quote here, speaking about all this debate again with recent happenings in the news. And again, this is something that's always going to be discussed in America, but Samuel L. Jackson says, what did he say? I grew up in the South where guns were everywhere and we never shot anyone. This shooting is about people who aren't taught the value of life. So, there's Samuel L. Jackson, Dean Cain in hot water again. What do you guys think of this whole debate discussion? This whole tweet is just being broke down by everyone right now, viral like a motherfucker. Here's another comment someone made here, once again in response to Dean Cain saying, I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. This guy says, Dean Cain, ghoul, reminds you that every other society in the world doesn't have mass shootings every day because they're all slaves. All these slaughtered children are the price the rest of us must accept, so mentally unstable men can easily own AR-15s. Anything else is slavery. So this guy dissing Dean Cain, comparing other places in the world to America and, these horrible events that happen. He's saying Dean Cain using the word slavery, a peaceful slavery, dangerous freedom, he's mocking him. What do you think about it? Like, let's talk about all this once again. This is just always going to be a heated debate discussion in the news in America.
Method man, you mentioned just now, you said for the things that I deal with, depression was one of the words that you used. What was your bout, and within that bout, what was it that you feel sent you to a place where, you mentally realized that shit just wasn't right, that you weren't in a good space? What acted as the low?
I was my own shadow, meaning I was in my own way. I had to get out my own way. I saw that I could not control the people around me, but I can control myself. One thing that stood out for me when I was younger, I mean, a lot of people can tell this story, but basically being a little dirty kid with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
No control over where I lived, what I ate, where I slept, whatever. But when I had these sports, football and lacrosse, there I had control and I was good at it. So I needed those little moments where it's like I need to be in control of what goes on in my life. I had to look myself in the mirror and say, I'm tired of myself. I want better for me. I have more to contribute, and start there.
Self-check.
Self-check, absolutely. Because if you don't, sooner or later, somebody else going to check you.
Yeah. If you don't catch it, then somebody else will. And by that time, who knows how many bridges were burnt.
And I burnt a lot, Kev. I definitely burnt a lot. I have said things to people, done things to people because I was miserable. And I was like at the ass end of my hip-hop career as far as the industry goes. People that I thought were friends were associates. I had to pick myself back up, and I'm taking full credit for that. Nobody can take credit for that because, like I said, I can only control the things I can control, and that is my being and my healing, my health.
I love that.
And I fought my way back to where I'm at today. Do I still have the bouts with depression? Absolutely. Sometimes you're a bit too self-aware, and it gets to a point where you isolate yourself, and that's the worst thing you could do.
What was the work that you felt that you put into working on yourself? Did it ever get professional? Or was it the changing of the environment? Was it holding on to the loved ones a little harder, closer? Like, what do you feel you use as the ammunition to help you fight that, to get yourself to a place to turn around?
All of the above, especially the family part. I said, I'm going to work on myself. And I started doing, progressively getting into the gym, going there, doing my thing in there. And I'm not going to lie, like, I have way better days when I go to the gym. It's on the weekends when I don't go. It's like, what am I going to do right now? I feel useless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can relate.
Yes, yeah.
There's no better temple, in my opinion, than the temple that creates the atmosphere for you to work on you. And what the gym does is it gives you the tools to simply improve. And that physical change adds to the mental change. I am 1000% aligned with you. I'm also a follower of you and your health and wellness journey. I've watched you commit yourself. And yeah.
And speaking of mental health and all that, coming up in the last topic, I believe it is indeed Mental Health Awareness Month. You heard Method Man, their recent interview on a podcast with Kevin Hart. I never knew Mr. Meth, had struggled with depression and things like that. You heard him way before the fame, coming up in the world, and even after all the fame and success, in the rap game. Acting, Method Man's done it all, man. Definitely an American icon, talented. Like, Method Man's the truth, but we all struggle with things day to day. Those that tap in with me regularly, y'all know I've been battling stuff, especially as of recently, and you see even here with Meth, like someone who's famous and successful. We know money and fame does not always solve all your problems. And you heard him, he had to do all the above. Seek professional help, self-check yourself, hold yourself accountable, try to stay tapped in with your family. And you heard him also working out, which is something I've been sharing with y'all that I want to do more. Not staying as disciplined as I should as of late, but I really do agree with Method Man that working out and exercising and stuff like that definitely helps so much. And I don't know if y'all peeped that he says he stays in the gym now, but before the fame, Method Man used to be out there on that lacrosse field. That's something a lot of people don't know, that Mr. Meth was a lacrosse star. They actually highlighted that in the Hulu series. Comment and let me know if y'all watch that series. That ish is a banger. I actually been having a series of videos that I want to do based on that show over on my other channel or whatever. I don't know if I'll ever get to it. I need to. But real talk, we see with this being Awareness Month and all that everybody goes through this, even people, not like we didn't already know this, but just seeing Method Man share this opening up, like, we ain't alone. Everyone goes through this ish, you know what I'm saying? And to close it out, one more bit of news that I wanted to go over with y'all. You guys that tap in regularly know Jay Coffee Talk is a big hip hop fan, and Terror Squad, you know, Big Pun, Fat Joe, and all that. This guy that is being reported who passed away, Charlie Rock LD, you know, was affiliated with the Terror Squad even before they were known. He went away and did a long bid. You know, he was getting known in the blogosphere as he did a lot of interviews, a lot of content out there. Charlie Rock LD in the hip hop sector, in the prison sector, and all that. Got to tell his story. If you haven't heard of him, go check him out. A lot of interesting stuff. But it's being reported he has passed away of a heart attack, man. So I don't know. R.I.P. to Charlie Rock. You know, he got to tell his story to the world. Into the, you know, thanks to the blogosphere, right? Definitely got his story out heavy, was pretty well known. He has passed away. So thank you for watching. Look forward to hearing what everyone's got to say. As always, man, this is Coffee. This is what we do. We coffee talk it up. So if you're new, subscribe. But as always, more importantly, let's talk about all these topics in the comments. I thank y'all for tuning in. I'm up out of here, guys. Don't forget to hit the like as well. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.